Hey folks, welcome to the Vinesauce Game Awards. Wow, it's me, Ren-a-friend, everybody. Check it out. Whoa. Now, I'm hosting this thing for free. I don't even make any money from this. It's amazing. But I've been told that this has something to do with Amazon. And I hear Amazon has got a big audience, big network, big rich network. So I looked it up and I'm gonna be famous. Finally. Yeah. Welcome to the Vinesauce Game Awards. We're gonna be talking about games, and we're gonna be talking about the favorite games and the best games of the year. That's right. Objectively, the best games of the year. That's right. Yes. So, you're gonna be stuck with me for the next 3 hours, folks. We're gonna get lots of commercials. We're gonna get lots of trailers for games that have already been out. You like mobile games? We got those games too, folks. Anything you want, you can do to your heart's content. It's me, Great Little. Now, folks, some people have accused me of necrotism, but I'm gonna tell you, I have no connection to the industry and I am very much alive. I have not died a single time since I've been on stage, and I have no intention of dying during this award show. So folks, I can promise you, there's nothing here to do with necrotism, okay? That's why we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna be happy in the video games that we will see tonight, and we will be advertised to, and I will live the entire time, folks. Not once. Not once. Anyway, folks, like I said, we got a great show. Now, before we begin, I want to show you a little something. I'm working on a new VHS tape that I think is going to be all the rage for all the lonely people out there. I know if you're watching this on Twitch, Amazon, then you might be a little bit lonely because you watch, streamers and stuff. So, I got a tape for you. It's called Ren-a-friend. And it's gonna be amazing. So let's take a look, huh? Oh, hi. I didn't see you come in. It's me, Len. And I'm your new friend for the evening. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Yeah. So where you from? Oh, that's really interesting. I came from the Clot Pont Nebula myself, And I drove here on a spaceship. Wow. Wow. What do you like to do for your hobbies? That's amazing. Is that so? The Los Angeles Lakers, huh? Wow. Coin collection. I know that's very specific, but that's what I'm here for, because I'm your friend and I listen. You know what I'm saying? Now, Conan O'Ryan, I feel, is a huge hack. And I don't have anything to do with that guy, so don't even lump me in with him, you know what I'm saying? But what it comes down to, folk, is that I'm your real friend, and I listen to you, and I pay attention to you. Well, and I am here forever, as long as you want me to be, you know what I'm saying? I could be here for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I could be a new roommate. I could sleep on your couch. I could do bits for you to entertain you when you're lonely. I've got infinite potential because I am an infinite being that lives forever, actually. I've died a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But I don't worry about that. How you doing? Well, it's weird. What's weird is that I made a weird noise. I was so popular with all the people when I was growing up, and I made a weird noise, and it kind of went like this: yo, 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 yo. Ooh, that's embarrassing, folks. Why would I even tell you that, huh? That's so embarrassing. Hey, where am I? What's going on here? Hello? Am I alone? Hello? Wait, wasn't I just hosting a show? Hello? No. Wow. That was amazing, huh? What do you think, huh, folks? Because I think it was incredible. I'm so excited for the Ren-a-friend to come out. Everybody's gonna love it. Everybody's gonna get down. Let's have a dance party now, you know what I'm saying? Great Leno dance party. You know what I'm saying? And you got this for 3 more hours, folks. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. Check this out. Check out my move. Yeah, that's right, folks. Alright, everybody, so we got a great Game Awards for you. So stick around for the first award. But first, Great Leno Dance Party. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Great Leno for 3 hours.
Oh, wait, what? No. No, the tape. No. No. Oh. I knew it. Anyway, so chat, I'm sorry, there was it looks like there was a bit of an error, a glitch. I don't know, something with the tape machine, and there was 3 hours of Great Leno entertainment planned for tonight, but it's just I don't think I can get it to work. Like, it's literally on fire. Like, I had to put it out. So I think we're gonna have to just wing this one. Oh, man. All right. Well, okay. DVD. What's DVD? Well, all right, everybody. Welcome to the Vinesauce Game Awards of 2024. Just pretend that's a 4. No, it's fine. It's pretend that's a 4. All right. So, welcome everybody. This is where I just talk about my favorite games of the year, maybe some of my favorite streams. You know, this is all just for fun, but that should be a 4. So just pretend that's a 4, okay? Here, I can actually fix that, I think. Let me just 4. 2024. All right. So here we go. Now, this year we have awards. These are what I like to call the Shroomies, you know, because every award has some dumb name. So we got the Shroomies this year. And I think it's going to be really cool and really special. So let's take a look at our first game. The way I do this is I do my 10 favorite games, generally in an order from least favorite to favorite, but all of them, it's not one specific order. Like, I might, you know, kind of loosely place them on the list. So don't expect this to be a definitive least to best, but it's just 10 games I really like. All right, here we go. So, Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. Oh wait, there's a 4 on the screen still. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a good game that I think did a lot of things right. It wasn't my favorite Zelda by any means, but when a new Zelda comes out, I'm usually pretty biased because I like the series so much. And I thought it did a lot of different things. You could be a cat. You basically got dev tools for the entire game. I like the puzzles and the dungeons more than I like the combat. I like the freedom you had to be a freak and complete the game with just a couple echoes. And I liked that all the monsters, all the stars are here. All of the monsters were in the game. So, cool game. Definitely not something that I would compare to my favorite Zelda games, but still a good Zelda nonetheless. Oh. Alright, so next we have Dragon Quest III HD. I'm not done with this one, but I'm really, really enjoying it. And this is something that I just find myself just very charmed when I play it. It's got, it's a classic RPG that I'd never played before, and it ended up becoming something that ended, it was very enjoyable to go through and build your own party and have a useless clown in your party. I'm maybe like 23, 24 hours in, and I plan on finishing it, and it just continues to be a delight. So, that and lots of secrets. The visuals are really great for the HD. The music is good. It seems like there's a lot of quality of life stuff and a lot of new monsters added. So yeah, I like it. And I think it's a fun little game that I will continue to enjoy. So, not so little of a game, is it? So, Astrobot. Now, I know the jokes have started happening with Astrobot of like Sony Celebration, Sony advertisement. But when you strip all that away, I like to joke about how in the game they're advertising games that no longer are purchasable and series that are long dead. But you know what? Smash kind of does that a little bit too. And I liked Astrobot. I don't love Sony because, they don't really, they don't pay my bills. And neither does any other video game company. That's not true, actually, but okay, alright. Jokes aside about Sony, Astrobot, if you just kind of break it down to its core, is a fun platformer. Yes, it's Mario Galaxy. Yes, there's a little bit of Mario Sunshine in there. But there's a lot of really unique ideas. It was a ton of fun to play through. The bosses were great. It's actually nice that the PS5 got a game. And it's a really, really good one. And I hope Sony takes the right lessons from it and continues to make games that are just fun. Just really from start to finish, a game that's actually fun to go through with tons of ideas. Now, I'm putting this on the list because I have maybe 15 to 20 hours in this already. And I don't plan on stopping. Now, it is early access. So I want to add that as a caveat. But it's a really, really polished early access. This game is incredible. I'm just about done with Act 2. And I still have so much more to go for what's available. The game is not, complete yet with the acts that are in the game. But it's still really, really well done. Really rewarding. It's ARPG, but not just an amusement park ride. You have to dodge. You have to build your character in a, smart way. You actually have to focus on what you're doing as opposed to just, let number go up and just look at the nice things that are happening on the screen. So in that sense, it actually revitalized my interest in ARPGs. I love it. Excited to play more of it, but, currently I still have a lot left, so I'm not, I'm taking my time with it, but, I know that I'll come back to it when each new act is added. Silent Hill 2 Remake was kind of a big surprise because you know, it's been said 1,000 times that Bloober was going to have the baby slam into the wall, and then Germa would laugh, or Konami would somehow completely ruin it. They would probably end up doing something so stupid like putting an in-game shop, and then Bloober would just completely miss the point of the story. There were so many ways this could have gone wrong, but it went really, I thought it went really well. It was good. It looked nice. Wasn't perfect. Yeah, there was some maybe overemphasis on combat, but I thought for the most part the performances held up and were really, really well done. The core essence of Silent Hill 2 was preserved, and I'm not as much of a Silent Hill 2 purist as most people, even though I love the game, and I really had I really enjoyed what they did with it. So I would still say the original, as I said at the end of my playthrough, the original is still worth going through, and this is not a replacement necessarily. This is another game to have, but I'm really I'm happy they didn't fuck this one up. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door was also very good. You know, when it comes to remakes, you kind of have the Silent Hill 2 approach, and then you have the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door approach. So, this is maybe almost a little unfair, and at some point I'm going to have to consider a remake category in my very prestigious, very official Vinesauce Game Awards. As you can see, the awards are there on the screen. Thank you, Jazz Jen, for making these awards. They're really good. Very prestigious. But I do like this game. I haven't really played it. I hadn't played it in like 14 years or so. And I played through the remake, which had obviously, you know, all the things that made the game great in the first place. And it was just a joy to go through. You know, the remake was just really, really just accurate. I don't know how else to say it. There's some new music stuff that was good. Visually, it was good. There's a couple little extra things, but mostly it was just the game, and it looked nice in HD. And that was good enough for me. So, they kept the noose. They could have fucked up the noose, but right in the beginning of the game, there's a noose. You know, knowing, like, Nintendo, maybe there should have been a lollipop there, but no, there was a noose. So I wouldn't necessarily put this as, like, one of my favorite... I mean, this probably should be earlier in the list, but it's still a great game, and I'm glad they didn't mess this up either. Next is Sulaco, which is a boomer shooter, or retro FPS, that I feel didn't get enough attention this year. Sulaco is one of my favorite games of this type, and it's getting more updates, it's getting more levels, but what already is in the game is very substantial, and the weapons feel good, the levels are awesome, tons of secrets, great world building, great atmosphere, great visuals, all done like in the GZ Doom engine, I think. Maybe there's a better way to describe it, but... And yet, it doesn't even feel like that. It just feels like its own game. It's so good. Yeah, done in GZ Doom. It even has an idle game in it. While you're playing, you can click on burgers. There's cookie clicker, but burgers in the game while you're playing. Which is kind of amazing because every time you, like, are shooting and you want just a minute and you have like, alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. Just click on some burgers. I kind of wish the burger rewards were tied to some in-game rewards too. But I was joking that every game like that now needs an idle game just to have that you can optionally fuck around with. So, really great game. If you haven't played it and you like stuff like Dusk or Doom or even Alien, just as a series, because this is very influenced by the Alien series in a way, as you can tell by the word Sulaco. There's just a lot of great sci-fi. So from Sulaco to Balatro. I say Balatro, I thought it sounded better, but I don't know. It's cards. I'm going to be playing it tonight. Tonight, I'm actually going to be playing Big Natural Balatro. So yeah, this is a really good one. The reason this is a good one is because it's one of the most addictive card games I've ever played. Now, Slay the Spire is still my like one of my favorite games on Steam. That's a really tough game to replicate, and I've played a lot of games that got close or actually, you know, did a similar thing, but ended up just kind of feeling like, you know, I put like 5-10 hours in them, and I'm like, I'm good. But then Balatro comes along, and it's a take on, well, poker. It's not really poker. It was another game. I don't remember what they described it as. It's like, I forgot the name of it, but it's that, and then you add jokers, and then you get addicted. And you don't end up, you don't stop playing. And then you keep playing, and then you wait for updates. And then you play the Vinesauce mod for it. And then the Big Natural. So it's just that good. I think I get why there's so much love for it. I get why Ben Starr, I was going to call him Bing Starr. I get why Bing Starr dressed as Jimbo the Joker. And this game deprived me of much sleep. So I really would, I would really recommend this if to people that are too productive. It'll just cut their productivity right down. Next is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which this game is, in terms of AAA, it's probably quadruple A in terms of how fucking big it is and how much of an achievement it is. Let me start with the obvious. No, it's not perfect. And I always say that, but as a Final Fantasy VII fan, yeah, there was some dumb shit. Yeah, some story stuff was weird. Yes, it got a little grindy. Well, not grindy so much, but repetitive. Especially because some of the open world stuff ended up, I didn't want to do all of it. But Chadley was in there. Actually, that's a negative. I feel like Chadley needs to not be tied to all of the world progression, because, seriously, you'd be going through the game, hello, Cloud! Have you heard of the Alexander summon? It's like, Chadley, I just want to explore the world without you. I don't want to hear about you, or your interests, or your fucking clone wife that you created, or whatever. It's so weird. Okay, now let me talk about the positives. There are positives. The combat, the music. I thought the visuals were amazing. I thought the acting. I thought the story, for the most part, the way they told the story, but specifically the character interactions were incredible. And I feel like they really hit on most of what I loved about Final Fantasy VII in a way that was really exciting to relive. Like I say, though, as a longtime fan, especially because Final Fantasy VII as a series is a top, you know, Final Fantasy VII as a series, as a game, is one of my favorite games. There was some story stuff that didn't do it for me. There were some changes that didn't do it for me, but just as a game, I thought it was a huge accomplishment, and I really loved playing it. Got about 70 hours out of it, well, 69 to be exact, and I was really happy with those hours I spent. And then that brings me to, yes, I'm gonna say it, this was my favorite game of the year. It is UFO 50. UFO 50, I was even gonna stream tonight, but we'll see how the Balatro goes tonight. UFO 50 was a surprise. I had heard about its development for a long time, and I thought, okay, you know, I love Spelunky, I love Mossmouth, I'll probably check it out. And then I played it, and every time I discovered a new game, it felt like I was kind of discovering games for the first time. I know that sounds kind of weird, but not that every game was a winner, not that every game even did something completely different, but the idea of spending $30 on one game, and then, oh, here's a new game, I'll open it up and see what it is. And then you choose your favorites, and then within those favorites, there's a ton of depth. Like, I got really addicted to Porgy, weirdly. Party House. I'm playing Valbrace now. Minnie and Max. Bug Hunter. The Campanella series, specifically 2. And this is just a couple. Avianos. Like, all of these games ended up being... Like, I would play a couple of them and be like, oh, I should just play that for, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then 2 hours later, I'm still playing it. So, Quibble Racing. Yeah, I mean... I think... And even Mooncat, the one that made me kind of crazy at first, I kind of ended up really liking. So, yeah, I would say UFO 50, even if you didn't grow up with games that were more simple, and you want to check out something that has a really good value for your money, UFO 50 is one of the best indie games I've played. It's my favorite game of the year. I'm still playing it. I played it today. I'm going to stream it soon. If not tonight, then over the next couple days. And I'm just going to continue going through the games. And I think you could probably spend a good 300-400 hours easily in UFO 50 and still get a lot of variety. So... really good. Also, one negative is that it's not on the Switch. And it should be. Special mention to Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. I just had a lot of fun playing it. I don't know where to put it because it was a DLC. I obviously loved my time with it. I loved the original Elden Ring, and I spent many hours playing it, but I didn't, I just don't know if it deserves, you know, its own thing, so, like, or to be included with the other things. So, DLC. It's good. Okay. So here's where I talk about my honorable mentions. Yeah. Alright, we have more awards, but first, honorable mentions. Here we go. We got Arzette, Jewel of Faramore. I'm a little, biased, because getting a game that's like the Zelda CDI games, but good, is a weird concept, but I thought it was done really, really well. And obviously, yes, I was the frog in it. But even if I wasn't, this would be on my list. It was very good. Mario Party Jamboree. Oh, wait, you want me to say the thing? Fine dining! He hates Mario Luigi Brothership. It's nowhere on the list. Yeah, I didn't hate it. We'll talk about it. Mario Party Jamboree is, I think, one of the best original Mario Party games I've ever played. So far, I haven't played a ton of it, but I want to play more of it. They did just a good job with it, and they kind of went back to what made Mario Party work, and then just did a lot of good mini-games, and it's a solid game, and I probably will play a lot more this year. So it's nice that Mario Party no longer sucks. Monkey Ball Banana Mania, same. It's nice that Monkey Ball no longer sucks. The main issue I had, some of the levels were kind of bullshit, and the multiplayer, while good, was very laggy. I mean, I was playing the Switch version, but I don't know. It's like, I really hope one day they make a Monkey Ball game that doesn't have those frame issues. Yeah. So that, and also previous Monkey Ball games had a lot of mini games. This one just had a couple. So good game though, and just playing through the single player levels, they were some of the best Monkey Ball levels since the original 2, and I would place it third, as it is right behind Monkey Ball 2, and then 1, and then that one. Animal Well. I liked Animal Well. I enjoyed it. I played through it and got to the second loop, or whatever you want to call it, depth, and I thought it was just a really weird, great, atmospheric Metroidvania. Super unique. And, you know, I can see people really getting lost in it. And again, it has like different layers, so you can complete the game and then go again and get more stuff and then more and then more. But it's just, there's animals. It's a well. Really cool game. Anton Blast, I just finished last night, so I'm throwing it on the list because Pizza Tower fans and Wario fans are eating good. You play as an angry red man, and the levels are crazy, and the gameplay is really, really tight and really solid. I would just recommend it if you like fast platformers. It scratches that itch perfectly. Helldivers 2 is a game I played a lot more of earlier in the year, but I did play a little bit of the new update, and I enjoyed it. It might be higher on my list if I had more time to play it, but I know there was like, you know, the time where it was patched, and people said the patches were bad, and they nerfed like guns. I didn't play any of that, so I don't have that experience, but it's just a fun co-op game. And it's the best Starship Troopers game I ever played. And now they're making a Helldivers 2 movie. Or Helldivers movie. They should just call it Helldivers 2, the movie. People be like, wait, do I need to have seen the first one? Good game. Abiotic Factor. I played this for hours because it was just so much of it. I had a lot of fun playing this co-op with my mods and Jolly Want Freak Bob. But, you know, it definitely had like an over-reliance on the survival mechanics until there was an update where we changed that, and then everything went smoothly. Very, very smoothly. But yeah, it's just survival Half-Life. And I think it's good. I broke my legs in the game 1,000,000 times. So, if you're interested in that sort of thing, it scratches the itch. Mouthwashing is... Boy, what do I need to say about this game that hasn't been said already? Right, folks? It's that horror game. I played it... Luckily, I played the demo, and then I played it right when it came out. So I was able to form my own opinion and not have twerking in my mind when I played it. And I think one of the problems with the game is it did end up getting overhyped. And this is something that's really hard to do. It's like, wouldn't it be great if you could just turn your brain off and play a game without, like, the expectation of what it's supposed to be? Because I know people that played it recently and were kind of disappointed by it, or thought it was just pretty good. But I played it with very little expectation, and I thought it was amazing, and doesn't overstay its welcome, tells a story. It's like a movie. It's like a movie-length game. And, yeah, it sticks with you, and it's definitely a little fucked up. And I played it, I enjoyed it, and then I moved on. But it was worth playing, and in terms of a horror game, or like a weird psychological game, it has space, it has mouthwash, it has strange, trippy, like, visuals and moments, and it has some really dark story elements that maybe isn't for everybody. But what surprised me about mouthwashing completely was how much it took off and how people baby girled it. I'm not going to explain what that means because I don't even think I understand it, but it just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind that was the game that people latched onto like that. I think it just proves that the game is really good and memorable, and the characters are well written, but I don't know. There's probably a scholar working on a dissertation about it right now. Thank goodness you're here! Peens! So that's the English game, where you play as a little fella, and then you find a fish that isn't a fish. It's as a Teaboo, I thought it was great, and it made me laugh a lot, and it made the audience laugh a lot, and it was just a little fun, short game where you go around helping people, and you just get funny voice acting and story, and you solve little tasks. It was perfect for streaming. Loved it. Death Must Die is a Vampire Survivor-esque game. I played it a lot on the Steam Deck, and it is very Diablo and very addictive. That's it. Judero was also Scotland, the game, but it was like ancient Scotland, and it had a lot of it was Zelda-esque, and again, if you haven't watched my playthrough of it, it's all claymation. Like, it's basically, it's very crusty, but it's very good, and the characters are like actual like tactile clay or like action figures like scanned into the game, and it's very funny, it's very silly, but it's also kind of it's kind of beautiful in a weird way. So yes, I would recommend Judero if you're, or sorry, Judero, if you're interested in something different. Dystopica is a game where you build little cyberpunk cities. That's it. It's just for fun. You take pictures. I made Lenosity, and I put a bunch of buildings next to each other, and then they had glowy lights on them. Blade Runner Simulator. Tiny Glade is similar, but you just make, actually, you can't put Grey Leno in it, but it's like you can make cute little scenes. The thing about it is the gameplay is surprisingly amazing. Like, as you're playing, you can snap things to each other, like buildings, everything just works. It's what Todd dreamed of. And it's very intuitive and stupidly easy to create something picturesque. It's a nice game. Nintendo World Championships, I didn't play all of, but I played it, and I'm surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. It's just you go around, you complete challenges. It's like speedrunning tutorial game. And I can see why Northern Lion like got so addicted to it and wanted to get a gold or a platinum on everything. Super fun. But yeah, it's a little... It's not for everybody, but I had fun with it. Fallen Aces is a New Blood game where it's like a boomer shooter, but it's more immersive. You can pick up a pipe and throw it at a goon. I like that it brings back goon culture. You know, the classic goon. I like that. I didn't finish it, but I did enjoy my time with it. I like the old 40s aesthetic, the 30s, 40s. The picking up beer bottles during Prohibition, smacking a goon over the fucking head with it, picking up some bullets for your gun because you got limited ammo. Get in the gabagool! I like it. Little Kitty, Big City, I'm going to throw on this list too because it's just a nice little game where you play as a cat in Japan. That's it. You just pick up shiny objects and you jump around. I weirdly kind of liked it better than I did Stray. But it's just a, short, cute cat game. Crypt Master, I didn't play a ton of, but what I played was very good. I think mileage may vary with this. It's a typing game, but don't let that scare you. The style is good. It's funny. It's a classic dungeon crawler type game in a way. And as you play it, its depth unlocks. High recommend. Felvedek is a strange RPG with a unique style. It's like an RPG Maker game, and it's very Slavic, and it's very insane. I think it probably is a little overlooked, so I just wanted to throw a little attention on it, because it's just so strange, and someone said Felvedek was one of the best 3 Vinesauce streams of 2024. I feel like the chat probably... a lot of people that got into it and were plugged in enjoyed it. And yes, the soundtrack was good, the visuals were good, the story was interesting. Neat game. A Dungeon Crawler is a roguelite based on a claw game. And you go through dungeons, and you claw like a baby. It's also kind of similar to, within that game, you know, there is a lot of influence from something like Slay the Spire, but it's its own thing, and it's just fun to play, and there's a lot of unlockables and characters. And then Nobody Wants to Die, I feel, just in terms of like a shorter story game, the game was beautiful, and it was the detective game where you're in the noir cyberpunk past future, and people live forever. And there's elements of it that stick with you for a while, and like I said, kind of short. You do some detective work. There's not much gameplay, but it's a good story game. Even though it's last on the list, it's certainly not least. So, okay, just a couple games that I played that didn't release in 2020. Oh, hang on. Whoop. Alright, so Blade and Sorcery got a huge update. It's a VR game, and it is very, very good. And it's just a lot of fun to play. I've played it before, but I wanted to give it a special shout out because it's just getting better and better and better. RimWorld, of course. Huge update. Came out in 2024, which I didn't play that update, but I did do a stream of it. And I'll say that was one of my favorite streams of the year. So I wanted to throw that on the list. I will be doing another RimWorld season, maybe this year, with the new update. So look forward to that. Dot Age is one of the most addictive games I've ever played. It's actually sick how addictive it is. And I actually had to stop playing it. After one of my runs, I was thinking about like, oh, I know how this could be even better. I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And then I just said, that's another 10 hours of gameplay. So, man, it's good, but it's like, kind of, I love Against the Storm. It is a little bit like that, but it's more turn-based, and you unlock so much shit for future runs. It's kind of like a colony, like town sim, but with disasters. I kind of can't recommend it enough, but also good luck if you get addicted. And then Unmetal was fun. I streamed that. It was just parody Metal Gear Solid. So, am I missing anything, chat? This is now your time. What about Enshrouded? Okay, so Enshrouded was kind of fun to play for a while. That was pretty good, yeah. What about Half Sword? I think that was this past year. Yeah, I liked Half Sword. It's still being worked on, but it was good. It's more of an advanced tech demo. EDF 6 with the Horseman. You know what's funny? I had that on the list. I forgot to re-add it to this. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. Wait. Here we go. There's more. Okay. So I put Visions of Mana on this list because there are things about it I really like, but I didn't end up wanting to play more of it. I think I put like 7-8 hours in, and something just did not click 100%. And I think, yeah, oh, sorry, there's a 4 in the way there. I think Visions of Mana was good, but the fact that it came out after Final Fantasy VII Rebirth kind of killed it for me. It made me long for a better combat system, but specifically, it made me long for Barret. I'm not kidding. What I love about Barret is he just calls out all the fantasy weird bullshit, and he's hilarious. He's literally my favorite character of the year, and my favorite performance of the year was John Eric Bentley. So here's an award for John Eric Bentley for his performance as Barret. He fucking killed it. But I feel like Visions of Mana was a really nice looking game with some nice music, and the combat was pretty good. The world exploration was surprisingly good, and yet it wasn't enough to keep me there. And I just was not into any of the characters. I just couldn't wait for the cutscenes to end, and they were long, And meanwhile, I thought back to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth experience. I'm like, oh boy, a new cutscene. I can't wait to see what Cloud and gang are going to do now. And then Visions of Mana, it's like, hello, I am a cat. And someone was like, hello, I'm about to be sacrificed. I think I got the character wrong. But there is some genuine, great, nice things about Visions of Mana, and I probably would have enjoyed it if I got more into it. So I wanted to give it a shout out. Same for Sandland. I only streamed it once, but I love that Toriyama style. I may not know the original material, but the game itself was really neat. It took a long time to get to a tank, but once I did, I felt like there was some really cool gameplay there. Pacific Drive, I played maybe twice, and there's a part of me that wants to go back and play more of it, because it was just so weird. It's like the Pacific Northwest mixed with Stalker and car management. And yet, all of the systems in the game worked together really, really well. It's fucking good. So I wouldn't mind streaming more of it. I may. And Earth Defense Force 6 is just a lot of fun. You just shoot ants with Germa and Stir and Poke. That's what you do. Everyone does. Good time. Hades 2. I'm going to hold off on Hades. It was fun. I had a nice time with it. Halls of Torment is obviously good. You know, there's a lot of good stuff. Web fishing. You know, there's so many things on my list I could mention, but I have to kind of draw the line somewhere. Here's what I'll say, though. Mario and Luigi Brothership. I streamed it twice. I didn't put it on my list because I forgot, but I liked it. I didn't love it, and Dragon Quest came out around the same time, and for some reason, Dragon Quest really, really worked, whereas Mario and Luigi was just kind of... I was like, okay, I see what this is. It's fine. And then I might have gotten a little scared away from it, but it didn't mean that I didn't see the potential for fun. But I guess I wasn't in the mood for it. We had Mario RPG Remake last year. We had Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake this year. And those games are so fucking good that playing Brothership and not really getting invested in the world or the characters or even the combat, which takes forever, it just kind of... It's like, oh man, if that came out first, maybe I would have been more into it, but I was spoiled by Paper Mario. So... And then Dragon Quest was just awesome as well. Alright, chat, so listen, we got some more awards. I've got more awards here for you. These are very specific. This is new to this year. Okay? Brand new segment in the Vinesauce Awards. All the stars are here. The 2-week vacation award. Now, this one is Poop Killer 5. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Poop Killer 5 is the one with the dildo store. And I was worried that I would be on a 2-week vacation. In fact, 1 year ago today, I was banned for the slime girl and her pickle. Yeah. So I think it's only fair that this award goes to the game that I thought was going to repeat that vacation. It wasn't 2 weeks, by the way, but still. Alright, next. We got God Gamer Moment. Now listen, chat, I had to choose one. There were surprisingly more than you would expect. My favorite moment that I was reminded of by Wrinkly was me defeating Bale in Shadow of the Erd Tree on the first try. I'm going to advertise the videos now, chat. I'm sorry. But if you would like to see some God Gamer moments on the YouTube channel entitled Vinesauce, you will see 2 God Gamer videos, some of which have moments from this past year, 2024. So, but the one I remember and the one I thought was just felt the most amazing was the the Bale moment from Elden Ring. Again, thank you, Jazz Jen, for these awards. These are really, really well done. The V-Dub pick of the year, I sent him a text and he said Funko Fusion was his favorite. I think he also said something like, it was really cool, and he is establishing his Funko collection so that in 15 years he can sell it and be a millionaire, which is why he likes the Funko game so much. So I asked him, what'd you think of the gameplay? And he avoided the topic entirely. So that's kind of weird. Most cursed. Great award. Really good award. So okay, the most cursed from me, I had to get help from some of my the team. So McDonough's Joey, thank you for reminding me of this moment. The Game Jam team. So we did a Game Jam this year, right? The Game Jam had a lot of great moments. And there were some cursed moments that were outside of this particular game. However, the name of the game was When Rain Breaks from Clouded Skies, Are Those the Tears of a Sauceless Vine? That in and of itself is a great title. But then when you combine that there was a corrupted meatball and like Omega Scoot or Melpert or whatever, and some other things like me turning into the island of Kauai, it was pretty cursed. So, yeah. And then, of course, we have the chat pick. Now, I had to just kind of make the decision for the chat. I don't think chat would disagree with this. What do you think, chat? Good choice? Hey there, champ. I mean, I thought about doing a legitimate thing like RimWorld, but I also would need to collect votes, and I'm sure there's a lot of chat picks we could discuss. So this is my chat pick. What's your chat pick? Squirrel with a gun? Oh wait, no, that's not what you're saying. Joey's Castle, RimWorld or EDF, Monkey Ball. Silent Hill 4? Joey's Castle. When you clicked on Hey Pops. Let's see. The weird climbing game. Creating Vinesauce in Infinite Craft and becoming VIP for one day. Oh yeah. Just the one day. Oh shit, chat. I forgot to include a game. It was so recent that I actually forgot to include it. Hang on, I got this, chat. I got this. Alright, so just a completely separate thing. I wanted to give a little award to The Thing Remastered, because Night Dive did a really good job with it. And I had never played the original, but it was a very good remake. It might not have made my top 10, but I actually was very excited to stream it every time I did, and that's got to count for something. Just kind of a cool game. It's a good shoot. Got some insane action thing. And then John Carpenter showed up. So yeah. Also, chat saying the TCG Kickstarter was a cool moment. That'll be fun when that comes out. No Hard Time mention. Hard Time was good. So yeah, I mean, listen, chat. The chat pick is going to be tough because without collecting the data, I can only go on what chat's saying right now. But my chat pick is that Lucas is in all of us. You've already seen this, but here's my Steam replay. Just to show you how much time I put in some games. And I think that's it. Yeah, games is good. A lot of good games this year. I think a lot of indie games where, you know, the AAA stuff I didn't play. Like, I played the new Call of Duty a little bit. It was exactly what I expected. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth obviously was a huge one for me. That game was a massive undertaking. But then, more so than that, just a little card game comes out of nowhere and wins a ton of awards. Gets people hooked. And like I said, for me, my game of the year is UFO 50. But when it comes to streams, I would say that some of my favorite moments of the whole year were Rent-a-Friend. Sorry, chat. I was delusional during Rent-a-Friend. I would say that RimWorld was a pretty big one for me this year. The burping from Silent Hill 4 was a pretty good moment. Bob the Blob. That's you, Jeff? You picked out Rent-a-Friend? Where did you even find that? I'm surprised Rent-a-Friend didn't win Most Cursed or Nanny Lynn. I didn't consider it. Found Footage Fest. Album of the year. The Lemon Twigs album they put out in 2024. Again, I'm predictable. Choicer Voicer is another thing, too, I wanted to give a quick shout out to. We had, you know, I commissioned Choicer Voicer. I just mentioned it offhandedly one day, saying, hey, I wonder if there could be a version of Choicest Voice, but with, I don't know, some other voices that you could import. And then Pierce was like, I can do that. Now, I spent some money on it. I sent him some money outside of him being able to make a couple bucks on his own. But I didn't send him a ton, so, you know, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. But watching the development and being able to kind of go back and forth with the dev and then finally getting to play it was surreal. I mean, it was the return of Choicest Voice. And then seeing other streamers play it and get really into it and then tell me, Vinny, I played that thing, was very rewarding and very cool. So yeah, I think that's about it. Movie of the year, I didn't see too many, but Dune 2 was probably the one I liked the most. So worst games, I don't really remember. I mean, I could put Silent Hill 4 on there, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, could talk about poop killers. I didn't play Concord. Gollum didn't come out this year. Did I talk about Stalker 2? Fuck. Yeah, I knew, you know, this was all put together like 2 hours before the stream. Hang on. Maybe not top 10, but I'm actually really disappointed that I didn't include this. And I was like about to do so, and then I forgot. So I should not say forgot. Fucking 40-year-old man. But no, genuinely Stalker 2, even though it had like some performance stuff, I had a lot of fun playing it. I think I got about 10 hours in. Let me see. 11.6 hours. So it's not a lot of time. I know it's like a 40, 50-hour game if you want to just kind of get to the end. But I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a surprise that how good it was compared to the original Stalker. Like, what I mean by that is there was some speculation that it would not be good at all. And I thought it was very good. So it gets a shroomy. Why not? And when it gets big updates, I might return to it. So I don't know what else to say, chat. Of course there's a lot of streams. Of course there's a lot of games. Bad, good. It was a year, chat. There were many things that happened in the year. And I would say, from a personal standpoint, it was a year I enjoyed streaming games for, because there were so many good ones. There were so many major releases and just like things like Mario Galaxy 2 that I just played for fun. And tons of Sunday stream material, including public access. We had tons of rancid commercials. I mean, it was a year. It was definitely a year, and I look forward to 2025. Thank you for watching the Vinesauce Game Awards. Thank you again, Jazz Jen, for making the awards. Sorry if I left out or forgot anything. That is bound to happen every year. Leave a comment on the YouTube version of this, if you so choose. Now, we will take a break. I'm going to find out what happened to Gray Leno. I don't know what happened to him. Well, actually, we should watch it again. What do you think, chat? Should we? Okay, real quick. Behind the scenes. All right. That audio issue, I didn't even know happened until after I exported the video. And the reason for that is I muted the audio to record it because I have, when I do that, I hear the echo. So I was like, okay, I have to go live. It's too late. It's too late. So there you go, chat. Sorry. But Gray Leno will return, and that is probably the best news of all. And so will I in about 5 minutes with Big Natural Balatro and maybe some UFO 50 if I'm feeling up to it.